One. What's up, guys? Tatted up. I'm your host, Keegan. I have a special guest today on my show. His name is Eli. How you doing, Eli?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for your time to be on my show today. Uh, it's glad to have you here and everything, man.
No problem. I appreciate you having me here with
No
you.
problem. No problem. You're very hard to
Nice.
reach out for contact, but thank God I got to your agent and I got a time to talk to you. Your agent was pretty rude to me on the phone, but we could exchange some stuff after. But we don't have to talk about that. We could talk to that after off the air. All right. So Eli, we're gonna. So since you're new to my podcast, I'm just gonna give you a quick ropes of it. You can introduce yourself, talk about your career and why you follow that career and what started your career, what influenced you that career, all that kind of question. So go ahead and do all that. Intro yourself.
All right. Well, first of all, my name is Eli. Hi. Welcome, everyone. Um, I've been getting into for my major. Before I forget my major, I'm 19. I'm Eli. Whatever. I just said that.
It's all good.
I've been majoring into more or less of just general arts, mainly painting, and I've been thinking of also getting into auto body because I just thought that would be a really cool thing to do. My dad knows auto body, so it'd be cool to learn a few things, and yeah, I just thought it'd be a really neat hobby to do.
Oh, that's great. So what inspired you to do this art stuff and to what made you start thinking about influence you to become that kind of career field?
Well, ever since I was a little kid, I've been told a lot that I was very artistic, especially for my age. I've had a passion for art.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if it does not sound like he's talking, it's just his audio and his connection's kind of messed up, but he'll be back shortly. Just give him a second to load it up. I know this might be the whole podcast, but it might be
And going to automotive.
okay, yes. Sorry about that. I just didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just letting the viewers know that you were crashing a little bit to let you know that you were talking, but you were crashed because your internet's kind of not in a good connection right now. So I'll just let them know that. So
Yeah, the weather's pretty bad right now. I apologize for my poor connection.
that's okay. If we can just hear you, that's great enough. I mean, we can see you too, but if we can hear you, that's all we can hear. So we can get to know. All right. So that's great. I know it cut off a little bit. Hopefully people can restate that. If you want to just take a quick summary one more time, just the ending of part of it so people know what you say. I know it'll be cut off because you lost connection. If you want to just end what you were saying last time, just the viewers know what you were talking about before you got cut off.
hmm So ever since I was little, I've been told a lot that I was very autistic, and I've taken it from my grandfather's side, which makes sense. And just recently, I've been going into painting, which is why I've been thinking of going into automotive,
Oh, okay.
and that's why I've been thinking of all that.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So what kind of projects are you working on at the moment for your career at this time? Are you having any current projects or future projects ahead of time right now you're working on to let the viewers know what you're doing?
Right now, it's a relatively small project. It's nothing major, but right now, but I've been thinking of starting a little, not like a business, but it's just sort of like a hobby. You know what I mean?
Okay, for
Where
sure.
I would actually take people's 360s and I would do custom paint jobs on them for a
Oh,
small price.
that's
And eventually down the line, I might increase that more to just 360s. But right now, it's just that right now. But later, I'll increase that.
That's great. That's great. It's interesting. Do you have any advice or good, uh, quote unquote, words to give out people to follow their dreams about what kind of career they will fall into? Do you got any kind of advice or anything like that to give to the viewers, to motivate themselves to do what they're doing now?
What I would definitely want to say is don't let people put you down. Don't let people say anything rude for what you say. Like, don't let them take what they say so literally. Like, oh, you suck at this, and blah, blah, blah. Everybody starts out from somewhere. Don't let anybody push you down.
Okay. Yep.
You can get your help. Don't let people push you down. You should be fine.
All right, for sure. Appreciate it. I mean, again, I know I'm sorry. It's again about a good 30 seconds or so did cut off again. People probably not what you're saying. They did see your moves lift. I know you. I have to keep repeating you over again. Just say the simplest thing, the ending of it, just real quick, so the people know again. Sorry, everybody who's watching this. I know his connection is really bad, but like he's trying his best to talk, but I guess our connections are not looking so well because of the weather and everything. But just the last couple of advice, what you would say to people just to clear your mind with it.
Don't let anyone put you down. And even if you're bad at something, don't take much mind to it because everyone is bad at some point for what they want to do.
Okay, for sure.
One thing I've heard is the expert was once a beginner. So don't let people put you down for what they say.
That's good. I like the words of that quote. I appreciate it. People will take that to a mind to use that quote or speech or motivation words to say, hey, follow your dreams, do what you got to do. Everyone was a beginner. Like, for example, Einstein wasn't the smartest guy in the world, but look at him now. I mean, he is passed away a long time ago, but he did create some great inventions throughout his life before he passed away. Again, anybody who's a famous celebrity, they struggle from the beginning to now. Like a pro boxer or a basketball player, either they got cut off the team or they're not too strong or too tall, all of that stuff. Just remember, everybody, we're all here to throw out good advices and help out others to make sure you follow your dreams. If you want to be a YouTuber, a doctor, a lawyer, etc., follow your dreams. Listen to everybody on these podcasts as they give out good advices to follow your dreams. All right, Eli, thank you so much to give us some good advice. So we're going to go turn the tables around on some other stuff. So last 2 episodes ago, episode 2, a person named Karen S., which watches our podcasts, she sent a couple questions to us to talk about. Since today we can talk about them, she has a couple. We're gonna read over them, and I'm gonna read out the question. You can answer. I'm gonna answer. Ask you the question. Excuse me. I'll answer the question, and then you'll answer it with your opinion of it, and then I'll do the same to myself, and then we'll just do that with all the questions and go from there. Sounds good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. So Karen S., her first question was, how did you deal with breakups, for example, or more specifically, friendship or relationships? What is your opinion on that question?
How I deal with breakups, I don't really know what to say too much for that, honestly, as I'm a little bad at explaining things.
It's okay.
But what I can say is, I know people probably say this a lot, but there's plenty of fish in the sea. If one person wants to be rude or whatever, that's how they are. You can take what I said before. Don't let people push you around. If one person wants to act super rude or stuck up or something like that, you could take it however you want, of course, but don't take it too harshly. Don't ever just put the blame on yourself and think everything is because of you, because it's never like that.
Feel you. You ever
Like, it can be hard, but
have you experienced any friendships ending or any relationships you've been in like that you've been through? Like you said, or
I have a couple times actually. It's been a decent few years now since it last happened. We got into a fight one.
sorry guys, he's got cut off again. Just give him 1 second. He is talking about something.
Concerned.
Sorry.
Whatever.
Is
my connection going out again?
Yeah, it's sorry. I was just gonna say the same thing.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I get it. Everyone's when you're about to say something, everybody's like, "Oh, it's fine. We'll probably." Anyways, we can redo it. Go ahead. You can redo the question real quick. We were saying before you got cut off.
I can't remember most of what happened anymore because it was a few years ago by now. But as far as I'm concerned, we were in a fight a few years ago. We fought about some stupid thing in a game or something. I can't remember. And we just stopped talking to each other. And as far as I'm concerned, he can go do whatever the heck he wants. I don't care what he does anymore. And I just sort of stopped talking to him. That's about it, mostly.
Oh, okay. At least did you guys settle a situation to end the situation with the issue or the beef between you guys to make it like a friendship, or do you guys just disconnect after that situation?
I've had a few times where me and some other friends would fight for a little bit, and then we talk again after as if it never happened. But like I said before, I have had a couple times where we would just stop talking,
Mm-hmm.
and after that, it's like I said before, we just stopped talking, and then that's about it.
Oh, okay, for
But
sure.
most of the other times that it does happen, we kind of forget that it even does happen, like it's water under the bridge. Because a lot of friends, we can kind of already understand when someone's going through something. So, yeah.
Oh, okay, I feel you. Well, thank you for your feedback and your answers to that question. So everybody's probably wondering about my experience, or if I dealt like that any situation will break up between a friend or a girlfriend. I do have a lot of stories, but I'm gonna keep them short. I'll just do two simple stories just to make just to relate. Uh, so we're gonna talk about uh, a friendship. I had a lot of good friends throughout the years of high school. Some of them ended because of myself or them. Mainly it was 50-50. I lost a lot of good friends from things of drama and fights. So I'm not going to get in a lot of details. People might know what I'm talking about. Some people might not. But I'm not going to get in detail of the other stuff. But I had some close friends. We had some drama and fights. I just ended there and I never speak to them ever again. That was hard for me, but I moved on and try to take it more seriously. It's just people. I make new ones that make, well, not make new ones. I'm not Jesus, but make new friends and new people to circle with, just to start a new life. I mean, old friends either come and go. So hopefully they're either doing good or not. But the people I don't like the most, I mean, I don't know. I have no hate against them. I just dislike them. I don't hate them. Hate's a strong word. So I dislike the people I don't talk to no more. So, and keep my distancing and keep my communication low on them so I don't talk to them. So that's a friendship I dealt for about almost a year or two. And yeah, so a relationship, I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to know this one, unless a lot of people do know. I know, like, probably a couple episodes I did talk about I'm a player. I did take a lot of girls. I did a lot of girls in high school. I was a pretty good looking guy, kind of. I mean, now look at me, I'm just like, but it doesn't matter. But a relationship I dealt with, either I broke up with them or they broke up with me. The reasons the girls left me because I wasn't good enough, I cheated, wasn't, or they just found someone else they wanted to be with forever. That's what the girls usually had their reasons of leaving me. Me, I left because I just didn't see anything with them, or it was just mutual, or I just either, again, I cheated or not. I just usually left the relationship because I just didn't know who I wanted to be with. I didn't know. I had a lot of girls I wanted to be with, and I feel like half of them, not really much of them, were my soulmates, except for one. My freshman year, I met her in a class. I was in a acting class with her my freshman year, and she wasn't really a big actor. She just wanted to take it. I guess she had to take it or whatever. Uh, she took that class, and I fell in love with her when I met her the first couple of days, and I started talking to her more. And then she didn't couldn't date at the time. She was just nervous and scared, how all girls and guys are. If you could agree with me with that, a lot of people are scared to date if high school because you don't know what's gonna happen. So I started talking to her for about 2 years, just flirting with her, just being myself, and she liked me. But at the time, I wanted to go out with her. My sophomore year, I was seeing someone, and I kind of made her sad and upset, and she left me. Well, just like, hopefully, I thought I ruined our friendship to build to a relationship. I left that girl I was with because I was changing a lot. I was becoming a bad person, and I don't blame her. I blame myself more because I was the one acting more different. Um, yeah, but the girl I like the most, I did go out with her by junior year, like Disney movies with the prince finally gets the princess. That's how I saw it. That's how I kind of imagined it as Disney. But yeah, how I dealt with it, breaking up when she left me, I cheated on her, and we were really solid for 4 or 5 months of my junior year. I cheated on her with her close friend, and I did not like that, and I messed up myself, and I went down a regretting path that I couldn't do it. Then what you call it? Uh, I tried to get back with her. Funny enough, it's a funny story. I tried to get back with her, and she said yes. I got back on her the one day out of the month of February, the love day, Valentine's Day. All right, guys, look, you can be Prince Charming for one day, but I asked her out on Valentine's Day. She wanted to go back out with me. She dated for me about a month and a half, and then she left me for someone else, a close friend of hers that she really liked for a while. They dated, so forth, so forth. She knows who I'm talking about, but I'm just gonna keep going. I'm not gonna say names because I just don't want to, blah blah. Keep it as simple and little censored. So anonymous. They break up. He loves her. He leaves her. He's watching this. I mean, dude, that was just messed up leaving her. But if you have a problem with that, I mean, dude, I'm not having issues. Like again, I'm not here to fight or have problems with anybody. He left her, blah blah blah, this and that, and then I got back with her, and then I broke up with her because I guess didn't see a future after high school, and then she changed and she moved on. That's what I went through. That was the best relationship I liked, but I kind of sucked at the same time. But I hope she sees this or whatever. Hopefully she's doing good by now. I didn't talk to her since last summer. It's been like almost a year since I didn't talk to her, and hopefully she's doing good. But that's how I dealt with it. I was kind of depressed, and I went to like player mode, which means getting a lot of hoes, getting a lot of girls I wanted to be with, but then I kind of had feelings for her still, and I wanted to be with her, but I dated so many other girls, even though I wanted to be with her. It was a tough time, but I got over it after a while. But yeah, that's how I dealt with my first ever relationship, love. But doesn't matter. I will go on, but that's another story, another time. But all right. So that's what I thought of my two stories of a relationship or a friendship. Now we're gonna go into question 2 from Karen. She posted. She says Black Lives Matter issues. So recently, not long ago, maybe a week or so or two, I don't know if you saw this on the news, Eli, but an officer shot an African American, I believe, for no reason or something like that. I don't remember exactly the news, but I'll be honest with you. Black people in the world should be totally get all the respect, just like white people, Mexicans, and Asians. All of us are human beings with just different skins and religious and sex types. Okay, we all should be respected. If you're black, white, Mexican, Asian, like I said, everybody should be respected because you shouldn't just shoot somebody by the color of their skin. If you're just gonna shoot a black guy just for him just standing around doing nothing, you think you're shoplifting or just standing on the streets just sitting on his phone, you think he's doing something suspicious and you're gonna call the cops on him or whatever. I mean, I saw so many news accounts about black people getting so high rated, just going to jail for stupid reasons. For being on their phone, they think they're trespassing or trying to enter a hotel building, even though they rent the room out and they're trying to like keep them out and all that stuff. Uh, what is your opinion about this, Eli, about how black people are being treated right now? Even though back then, like when the white people were treating black people really bad back in the 1950s and 60s, I believe, around that time, how they were treated them like dirt and slavery and pleasance and stuff like that. I mean, what is your thoughts about how these black people are getting treated now these days? What do you think?
From what I say is I completely agree with what you said. They should be able to be treated respectfully, just like anybody else normally would be able to for how they are. They shouldn't get treated poorly just because of their color of their skin. They don't deserve to be treated poorly like that just because of standing around. And I know this because I actually had a cousin who went to jail because of this. And because some kid went up to them and their parent was obviously not properly watching their kid, and for whatever reason he was accused and went to jail. So I completely agree with what you said. They need to be respected more, and they need to be shown that they're just human beings, that they're not doing anything wrong. Some people, they just try and do stuff just to get by in life. Like a lot of people have it hard enough as it is. They don't need stuff like this adding on to it, making it even worse. Because this is one of the reasons why some of us even get mental health issues or some other physical issue or something like that. So I completely agree with what you said. They need to be treated with more respect, and so to show that they're just people.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I'm sorry about your cousin going to jail for a non-stupid reason for that, just being accused for no reason. Hopefully he gets out as soon as possible and fights this to figure out why people are treating him wrong and other black people as well. Everybody shouldn't be treated differently, like I said. Everybody should be respected by whatever race and gender they are. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Okay? I just think it's cruel how they're being treated so poorly for how all of this is happening. Because it's like you said earlier, they could be on their phone minding their own business, and then something would happen.
Totally. Sorry about that. Just had a little thought,
Perfectly fine.
a little mental breakdown a second further. Sorry if I looked a little funny. Just something I thought of. Anyways, but I totally understand and agree. Everybody should be treated by their color, by the skin of the color. It doesn't matter. I mean, look, if I'm just a white dude watching from a distance and I see a black dude or a black woman just standing there doing nothing, and a police officer or it's just a random person, stranger, just say something and then just calls on them and gets them in trouble, like I'm not gonna stand there and just be like, "Yo, that's messed up." And I'm gonna go put my voice out there and be like, "Listen, that's just wrong." He's just standing here doing nothing. And honestly, that shouldn't be that. But everybody respect the colors. Please don't make anybody go to jail or just get shot for no reason. This is why America is getting really out of hand because of racism and stuff like that. So black people do matter. Everyone should be respected by what they look and say, because everybody has a voice and a face to speak up for themselves and others. So
Exactly.
I feel like that it hits your heart really good. I'm not really the kind of person, I kind of like get a little sad and nervous about this kind of stuff, but I try to be confident about what I think about it. But honestly, I respect and give my attention to everybody. Hopefully everybody's doing okay and keeping themselves safe. I'm here. I'm here. Eli's here. Everybody in the world is here to support you, whatever you are. If you're nervous and scared about anything like that, remember, we're all persons. We have a voice and a face. We have things to do. But yeah, thank you for that question. Let's get to the final and third question of the night. Um, let me see. Karen, for Karen's last question, she wanted another smaller, more detail about us and other questions to anybody in general. She says, talk about a day you never forgot. So basically, to clear it up, something that's been in our lives for a while, either good or bad, that we can never forget, and it's still in our back of excuse me, back of our head every day when we wake up every morning and thinking about it here and there sometimes. What is a time that you never forgot something, a day you never forgot something?
What I would have to say for that question would be definitely about how just certain past historical events would normally be in general,
Mm-hmm.
especially say 9/11, especially because
Definitely.
for those of you who don't know, that's actually when my birthday is. So just the fact that this kind of stuff happens can be disheartening for some, and because of how tragic it was. And it just goes to show that for those first responders, or say people in war, people in the military, first responders, any people like that, it goes to show how brave that those people are specifically, can be, to show that they're willing to give it their all, basically, to show that they don't fear anything in order to protect what is there, to protect their families, to protect whatever. And it really goes to show how far that people are going for this. Like, say they're a doctor and they're treating on the patient or something with something that's life-threatening. It goes to show that these people are the reason why a lot of us in general are even alive today to even do some of the stuff that we can today, because it's all life-changing. They are responsible for how many of us today in general are alive, to show the gratitude that we should give them towards essentially everything. Because some of them can go into whatever battle it may be. It may be cancer, it may be a shooting, it can be anything dangerous like that. They could go into certain battles like that and may not even return the next day. And losing a loved one, it can be really sad and that kind of stuff.
Totally feel
And
your
knowing
pain.
that knowing that these people go into these life-threatening situations just to protect others, just to protect people they may not even know, goes to show that how willing they are to help others
I appreciate
during
the speech and
our
everything
day-to-day
about
lives.
that. I totally understand and agree with you about that. Thank you for explaining that about your birthday, and that's especially American Day for a holiday to support the people who lost a lot of lives that day, from family members to friends and all that. That's a tough day to remember and all that.
Yeah.
For me, I think there's a lot of things in this world that we should all forget, not forget, but always remember, like 9/11. Um, People dying who are celebrities to well-known friends and everything like that. Um, I would never forget that my great 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 grandfather from my dad's side passed away due to COVID-19. It really didn't hit me that much because I really didn't get to meet him, because he passed away at a really fast time when he's like around 80, 90 years old. And it still hit me because I'm part of that family, and it made me sad. But hopefully he's resting in peace in heaven, and everything. Hopefully he's doing good, because I never had anyone die in my life that close to me, and hopefully no one else will die because of anyone in my family or friends that die. Hopefully no one dies from that. Yeah. Hopefully that's something. There's a lot of things I could talk about, but I'm just gonna keep it short. Just a family member that passed away just recently because of COVID-19 kind of hit me a little bit every day. I try to pray to him, make him every day that's gonna be better. Hits me. I don't want to get sad on podcasts and cry a little bit, but I'm trying to keep a smile on my face every day. Karen S, appreciate your questions. If you do want to send more to us, please do. Anybody who watches our videos, please just send any comments or questions you want us to talk about more about. I appreciate that Karen reached out to me to send me some questions about certain things in the world. Yeah, hopefully you guys get to watch this and get some good advice and something to relate to. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. This is Tatted Up. I'm your host, Keegan. My special guest again, Eli. Thank you for so much time to be on the show.
No problem.
Hopefully we get through this and have a good day. All that. Appreciate the time. Everybody have a good one. Stay safe. Love your loved ones every day. Make sure you keep them close, because you never know when the next day you won't see them. So just letting people know. Have a good day, everybody. Peace out. Everyone stay safe.